So the 2026 World Cup is underway, and it was definitely not a great opening night for South Africa, or I guess afternoon, if were at the game yourself. I mean, I guess you could have said it could have been worse if Mexico took a couple more of their chances, but South Africa, I thought, just they looked so nervous, and I mean, you could just see it in their performance. Like, anytime they got in the attacking third, like they didn't look like they were going to create anything. Like, the thing is I think there are genuinely decent footballers in that team, because I mean, we've seen it in their build-up, but anytime they got in the opposition's half, man, it looked like their decision making was just horrendous, to be honest. Like, it just looked like they were really nervous, and the occasion got to them, which, I mean, you can't really blame them, I guess. Like, I mean, that stadium they were playing in, the Azteca, it just looks crazy. I mean, it's honestly a shame that isn't going to be where the finals held. But I really enjoyed the opening game. It wasn't the best quality of football ever, but I think there were some really enjoyable moments throughout the game, and maybe some funnier situations on South Africa's half, which I don't think they'll want to watch again. But yeah, I thought there were some great moments in the game before and during the game as well. Quinones, who got the opening goal after a big mistake from South Africa, from the goalkeeper, giving it into Sithole, who just had a horrible night or afternoon, whatever you want to say. He had a really bad day. He obviously made the mistake there. I don't know, you could probably put blame on both. I think the keeper for giving it to him, but at the same time, I do think Sithole could probably take a better touch there and get rid of it, but he doesn't. He takes a really bad touch and he loses it, and Quinones scores lethally. He's been obviously, I think he's the top goal scorer in the Saudi Pro League. So he was. So I mean, he's a guy that scores goals for fun. And then obviously the damage was kind of done as well when Raul Jimenez got his goal, which was really nice to see. He had a really good chance in the opening minutes, which I thought was in, but it was a good save for the South African keeper. It was really nice to see Raul Jimenez get a goal. I know what it is about Raul Jimenez. He's just a likeable footballer, and yeah, he's just a guy I kind of like to root for. But that was a great moment as well, seeing him score for Mexico at the World Cup. And the game was kind of done from then. Like, Mexico weren't amazing, but they didn't have to be amazing. Like, South Africa made it so easy for Mexico. Mexico didn't have to get out of second gear, so they didn't. Mexico, if they wanted, that it could have been 6, honestly, and they had chances as well, which they wasted some of them. But obviously, Jimenez got the second, and now I'm trying to remember if the red card happened before the goal. I think the first red card did happen before the second, but for some reason I'm forgetting. It was obviously Sithole who got the red card, who made the mistake for the opening goal. My goodness, like, obviously Mexico are clean through, and Sithole just takes him out. I think he just clips the guy's the back of his leg because he's just running at such speed, and he gets sent off, which kind of just ended his nightmare of a game. You do kind of feel sorry for the guy. I seen on like Twitter watching the game, like he was just getting completely trolled online. His name probably doesn't help. If you say his name in a different way, I think you'll know what I mean. That kind of described his afternoon, to be honest. So yeah, he gets sent his marching orders, and then South Africa got another red card, which was just insane to watch. Zwane, who came on as a sub, but I think they said he's the oldest player, one of the oldest players at the tournament, but definitely the oldest player I think for South Africa. He came on and he got sent off as well for kind of a weird one. Like, they said it was for violent conduct. It looks like he tries to get by, I don't know who it was again, he tries to get by the Mexican player, and then he like slaps him, but I don't know if he means to do it, and there's not a lot of malice in the slap either. I thought it was a little bit harsh. I could see why they gave the red card, and when they checked it, you knew they were going to give it, but I thought it was a little bit harsh on Zwane, a little bit. But he gets sent off, and South Africa were down to 9 men, and at that point you're just like, I mean, this couldn't go any worse for South Africa. And then in the last couple of minutes, Mexico then they got a red card as well when South Africa countered. This was a weird one as well. Like they came through. I think they were on like the edge of the box, and the South African player was going to go round the Mexican captain, and he just kind of takes him out because it's like I think he was probably a bit lazy. He was probably a little bit lazy, and he just takes him out. But I think anyone watching the game is like, right, that is just a typical yellow card challenge. Like it's like a defender's like tackle, like they're just trying to stop an attack, and there was a covering defender, and it wasn't really a great angle. So you were kind of like, yeah, that's just a yellow card. And to my surprise, when the referee got his red card out, I mean that was just insane. So I thought that was a weird one as well. So there was a few weird decisions from the referee. One of the more comical parts of the game was when Zwane was getting his red card and they VAR checked it, and the referee, they obviously now have to communicate why they've made the decision. He basically just spoke in like broken English, and the face that the South African player makes when he's reading out why he's getting red carded is just, I mean, it is cinema. Like, it is one of the funniest things I think I've ever seen. Obviously not funny if you're a South Africa fan, but I mean, I was really entertained by the opening game. It wasn't the best football ever, but there were some good moments, and I mean, 3 red cards and 2 goals, you can't really complain about that. So yeah, I really enjoyed it, and kind of going forward now, like what the group might end up like after watching this. Mexico I thought went brilliant, but they didn't really have to be, as I said previously. I think Mexico will probably top the group, though after seeing South Korea, I think they've got a really good chance as well, which we'll talk about in another video. So yeah, I would fancy Mexico just because of the home advantage. I don't think that is a big factor. So I think Mexico will win the group. South Africa, it's really hard to see them getting anything from this group. Now, the only thing you could say in their favour is they can't play any worse. Like, seriously, I don't think you can play any worse than they played. Oh, you've just got to hope for them that that's the worst they can play, and they were just like very nervous, and they can maybe just pick up a couple of points somewhere. Like, they're going to have to win, obviously, either against Czech Republic or South Korea to have a chance of finishing 3rd place, and even that might not be enough to get through either. But it was not a good opening day for South Africa. Mexico, it's kind of hard to envision where they're going to get. You would think maybe like last 16, round about there. But I was definitely impressed by some individuals in Mexico. I thought Quinones was really impressive. I thought he was really good. He looks really confident as well. He was taking tons of like shots from like range, which honestly I'd really like to see. We don't really see a lot of players that do that anymore. And Raul Jimenez as well, I think you've got a guy there as well who I think if you give him chances he will score. So I think they've got 2 really dangerous attackers there. And they have some decent depth, Mexico. Like some of the players that come off the bench, obviously the young guy who got amazing reception when he came on as well. So I think Mexico have got a good chance of this being a really good tournament for them, obviously having the home advantage. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see how far they go. But what did you think of the opening fixture? Let me know down below, and thanks for listening.